Tiny Wargames, and a sip of coffee. So, Tiny Wargames is a battle mat company from the UK, and they primarily they've been making cloth mats, but now they also do vinyl and neoprene. Is it said neoprene? I don't know. As well, and they make all manner of sizes. They have the world record for largest battle mat ever made. For some, I think it was a Napoleon 28mm historical Waterloo scenario, where they printed up a lot of mats fitting together and filled a gym hall, floored the entire thing with one giant mat of the Battle of Waterloo. So yeah, nice guys. I back when one of those big UK conventions got cancelled, I ordered a grass mat from them because I got tired of the old felt one I had, and a desert mat because I want to go into that Ranges of Shadow Deep desert stuff. And then they have some roads as well, roads and rivers. So let's have a quick look at their website. It's a bit of a mess. It's hard to figure out. When you click the online store, and I really hope that they upgrade this at some point, you get a complete listing and not really any good way to sort them. You can sort by the classic low to high prices and names. And that's not a very nice way to organize it, because they have so many designs. Like if you scroll down the page, it just goes on and on and on, and I think there is 400 different mats in here, all in one across 7 pages, 60 on each page. So it takes a while to scroll around, so you have to go and search by keywords on the website, and that's how I found. Let's see if we search here for road. They make these cool 4x4 sheets, and you pick the scale you want, and then they come printed with either water or dirt roads or asphalt roads, and you just cut them out. And that's a pretty nice thing, because there is a ton. There's more than you need, really, and they look better than the ones I made myself. So I'm pretty happy with those that I got from here, and I got them. I think they have. Hey, yeah, glad to have you. Ask away in the chat, and we'll take any questions we see here. So, Tiny Wargames, tons of mats. Follow them on Twitter if you want to buy something here, because they have like 15%, 10%, 20% off. Yeah, constantly having good deals for mats. So this we're gonna unpack 3 mats I bought from them, because I found that I wanted to upgrade some of the stuff that I've been making myself, and I got a good deal. Because I wrote them and asked for a discount, and I got it. They were running a deal on classic grass mats, desert mats, water mats, but not the others. So I asked for a better deal, and I got it. So that was super cool. So now we're gonna switch to another camera. I'm just gonna show off some of the stuff that I've made myself first before we look at the new stuff. Let's see, this is the one, and we'll put some terrain on the stuff as well. Just go out here. So I've been making my own city mats, and now they're all wrinkled because I thought I'd never use them again. This is made on cheap felt, synthetic felt. So I think it's called viscose. I don't know, some kind of wood fiber. So it's really cheap, and it's you can iron it. And I just used masking tape and cheap spray paint to make a design, because the mats that I had from Deep Cut Studios, I didn't really think they were fitting too well with my terrain collection. So I had to build something that would actually fit my houses, my buildings, and made some 3x3 mats. Thank you. My production value has gone up. Yeah, cheers. So yeah, so I made these mats for first when we started playing Last Days Zombie Apocalypse. Super easy, and then I've made another one so I can expand it to a 3x6 mat, and it's cost like 10 euros to make a mat like this, 12 euros. But now I've been playing so much that when I could get a good deal from CP Models, I wanted to upgrade it. And then I'm gonna take this to Horizont and see if I can sell it or donate it or give it to somebody else. But they've been serving me really well. It is a nice design. It's easy to make, and there's a blog on my there's a step-by-step on my blog for this one. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get a better mat. And this wrinkles somewhat awful. The other mat that I've really been using a lot here. Lots of guys joining in from the Discord community. So that's nice. I'm very happy that you're here looking. So this is another mat that I've been using a lot. Let's yeah, I think a lot of us. So this mat is my post-apocalypse mat, and I use it for all my games of This Is Not a Test. It's from what are they called? Ceri Designs. And Ceri Designs was a small one-man business that ran for a couple of years. They did a number of Kickstarters, always delivered, but as it's been going with a lot of these businesses, they can't make a living, so they have to have their grown-up work to make money, and then they spend hours and hours and hours on making good hobby products for a bit of cash, and it's just not viable. They end up wasting too much time, and I wish I would have gotten more of their mats when they closed. So yeah, I'm using this all the time for This Is Not a Test, Sona Alpha, you name it, all kinds of stuff. But it is it's got this sci-fi feel as well, with the hazard stripes and the landing pad. So I figured it was time to get some more, now that the price from Tiny Wargames was so good. I can't remember, was it like 30% off or something like that? I think it was 30% off. So a very good deal. So really looking forward to checking out the designs. Yeah, Ceri Designs is that was felt, proper felt. I don't think it's 100. It's not wool, but the cool thing about the felt is it dampens the noise of the minis and the dice a lot, and it, at least that kind of felt that Ceri Design was using, can wrinkle. It'll just flatten straight out. You can flatten it out with your hands. You don't have to don't have to iron it. So I really regret not getting. They made roads and rivers just like CP Models, and I regret not getting those. All right, so 3 mats. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's check them out. And I was just looking around, and I thought, yeah, I wanted one for Necromunda and Cyberpunk gaming that was more sci-fi than the city mat I've been made myself, and I think this is the one. Oh, nice. I can't recall if this is a 3x3 or 3x4 mat. I think it's 3x3 mats. So yeah, this is This is some proper sci-fi cyberpunk mat right here. Any experience with felt versus mouse mat versus rubber versus anything else these mats are made of? I'm really curious about which materials do you want, prefer. Yeah, okay. So if you want to make your own mat, go felt like I did. It's super cheap and it's easy to paint, and it has kind of a texture to it that you won't get from fabric. And it's easy to straighten out with the iron. So I prefer felt over cloth. If you can buy a felt mat like Ceri Designs, because it's not what is this? This will move around more than a felt mat. I don't like vinyl mats because they are they take time to roll out. They smell funny because it's plastic. So they will take some time to flatten out. Mouse mat is awesome. I love mouse mats, but they are double the price of this cloth mat. So if you want a ton of designs, go cloth, because you can buy 2 mats for the price of 1 mouse mat, or 3 sometimes. But that being said, mouse mats are great, really. And TT Combat has just started selling neoprene, mouse mat, battle mats that are cheaper than anything else out there. So we have to check those out at some point. Mouse mat is difficult to transport if you're leaving the house with it. Yes, you have to roll it up and have this big, some kind of pipe to carry them in. All right, let's check out this. This, I think this was called Infinity mat. So it's made with Infinity in mind. There's a lot of roads, and that's one of the reasons why I haven't gotten. I've made my own, because I wanted the roads to fit my buildings. But this one also had some very large areas. I like there's some details, cargo and stripes and stuff like that. It puts it apart, makes it cyberpunk. The lighting effect is pretty cool. Loading bay here, we can put a taxi on it. The worst thing about this mat is these. Yeah, like something like this. This is it could probably be docking bays, or you could think of it as gates. That's a bit too Necromunda with the iron, but okay, we can cover it up with buildings. Let's see how they fit some cars. That was really hard to. Some mouse mats have a tendency to be a bit shiny. Yes, depends a lot. My new Frostgrave mat is mouse mat material, and that's not shiny at all. But the other side, which is a grass mat, has this shine that might be bad on camera, actually. All right, so the roads are nice and broad enough. That was really hard to see when I bought it on the website. It was hard to figure out, because I almost thought that the roads would be too shallow, too thin for the cars, but this fits nicely. Let's put some dudes on here, and let's just pick some stuff up here. Just brought a bit of sci-fi pieces just to get a feel of the vibe here on the mat. This looks good. Oh, there's a lift over here, more cargo areas, vents going on. Go over here. And this TT Combat building is really big, so that will be the problem, to get it to fit, but it fits nicely in here. Trick will be to find places where you can cover up some of the text without it getting to look weird. Just put some adverts on it here. Tuk-tuk. But I think this will this is really going to make my my Cyberpunk board. It's gonna look so much cooler with this mat. I'm getting psyched. Some more Reality's Edge and hardwired. Police car there. Cool robot. I think that the printed detail on this mat is better actually than a lot of the mouse mats. I don't know if these can take, you know, higher resolution pictures or something like that, but there's some pretty small details printed in here. That's really cool. Yeah, gonna add a lot to all the Cyberpunk stuff that I do. Awesome. Cool signs, yeah. So these signs, these are from. We can switch to this one. Let's go in. So this one, these are from Antenocity's workshop, and these are from I think they're called Mad for Gaming Studios. And I've just added some hooks with some bent sprue, so they go over all buildings. It was an easy and quick way and fairly cheap to add some details to my upgrade my modern stuff to Cyberpunk terrain. These are one of those I only cost a couple of bucks pieces from TT Combat. That's a good way of getting that Asian vibe that you want for Cyberpunk gaming. This is a nice piece. I like these as well. Super duper dirt cheap and easy to upgrade with some painted details. Yeah, alright, so really happy with the detail on this mat, and they cost the same. I mean, a mat like this with all this level of detail costs the same as a plain grass mat when they're not on sale. It's the same cost to produce them, but the designs on this are very nice. I like it. I find mouse mats fold small without creasing. Yeah, mouse mats, they won't crease and they won't get wrinkled. And of course a fabric mat might get all wrinkled up if you don't store it well. But I can just show the way I'm storing my fabric mats. It's just on a hanger in the closet, and I always lay it out a couple of hours before I play anyways, because I use so much time building the setups, and then the 1, 2, 3 creases there's in the fabric goes away over time. So into the closet with those, and I couldn't do that with a mouse mat. That's so much better than folding it. Yes, that works. So that was the first mat. Oh, I'm happy. Nice. Yeah, you can see here. Folded again, sewn twice. So this is not going to I don't know, unravel. What's the word? And I've actually had some of my mouse mats over time have started to the fabric that's glued on the rubber backing that can go apart. That's been happening with some of my Dead Zone mats. So that will never happen with something like this. That's quite nerdy. What's nerdy? Sorry, from Cirqua. One company uses rolling system for the mats. Yeah, that would be smart. If I had the room, I would make some kind of system where I would just roll up all the mats. Folding and hanging your cloth mats. Yes, but I've learned that the hard way, because I just folded them before and into like a one square foot folding and down into a box. and it doesn't look good. I've just been wrinkling them all together, and then I have to iron them before a game. So, all right, next mat. So I found this one on the. Oh, that's bloody! I found this mat searching for. I think I searched for urban. I wanted a city mat. One day you'll be rushing out your house and you'll be wearing a Warzone as an overcoat. Yeah, that would be cool. So this is the mat I got as an upgrade to my homemade city mat, and obviously the detail is much better. I didn't want to get one that was all concrete, and I wanted one that could use for post-apocalypse games as well. And man, there's been some zombie fiesta in here, because that's this is bloody, but it's real cool. I want to use this mat for last day zombie apocalypse, when we were playing in an urban environment. This is not a test, because I don't think my homemade mat is post-apocalypse enough. It's not worn down. But this one, the asphalt is smashed up. There's blood. There's some tires. There's some road signs. Let's just take this one and go over that closer. Oh yes, all that I need. Some more broken. Yeah. So I have all the pieces that I need for this. So we have here, like, there's a door from a car, some blood here, some wheels. There's a lot more blood on the mat than I paid attention to. Biohazard sign. Well, that's good, because there's going to be zombies for this. This will also be used for larger games of The Walking Dead. Let's see if I'm gonna zoom a bit away, blood. That there, that looks like that's some Night of the Living Dead kind of slime right there. How much did these three cost you? I'm feeling the go to check out thicker. Yeah, I can't. So they were, I think, normally these mats are £40 for a 4x4 mat, and I paid 30 or something like that. Free shipping perhaps, I don't really recall. But I was just considering how much money are you going to be, can you get a few bucks back? Can I get a few bucks back on the mats that I made myself? Yes, probably. I can get like 10 pounds for the ones I made myself, and that brings the price of these ones down to £20. So that seems like a good deal. And I'm really impressed by the level of detail. Yeah, so let's just have a look here. So, oh yeah, perhaps we should put up a few cars on this, because here you can see that there's only just enough rooms, a room on the road here. Not a lot to not a lot of space here. Only fits the cars. I mean, that's okay, considering if this is a city center. It's okay. It's crazy. Cars are close, and you don't want to waste too much space on broad roads, because if the roads are too broad, then you're gonna get some awful big line of sight issues, and it just looks empty. So lots of cars or smaller roads, especially for that cramped Cyberpunk feel. I'm happy that the roads aren't broader. Oh yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that will be good on this as well. So I think this is meant to look like rubbish piles, and that's always been my problem with printed mats. Anything that's 3D has to be fairly flat. I've never been able to get a, like, some mats will come with a printed tree or printed bushes and shrubs, and that's a no-go for me. That needs to be 3D. I mean, like a wheel like this, a car door, that's fine. There's some concrete slabs over here. Let's just take it a bit up here. We can get the other half here. More blood spatter, and the areas are big enough to have, like, these are the biggest, you know, modern houses that I have, and if we utilize the front here, it just sits in here at the corner, and same, it can also fit here in the middle, despite it being a smaller area, and I'm really happy with that, because that's been my problem with other mats, that no matter how I tried to put my buildings on it, it just didn't look right, because the roads would be too close. But this fits, so woo, lucky. I lucked out on that one. The dirt looks more overgrown at this end, does it? So there's a lot of green here, moss. There's a bit down here, but this area over here, that's more dirt. Well, this is a cool mat. It might just be a bit too apocalyptic for something like at least my vision of the Last Days and The Walking Dead, because the world didn't get blown to pieces, people just died. So this would be a bit longer after the apocalypse. But if I add some trees, some colors from a playground, then I think that it will balance out nicely to get a not too wasteland feel. All right, happy with that mat as well. And the last one. And this one I didn't search for. I searched for city and urban, town center, because the Tiny Wargames page is such a mess to figure out. So I had to try different search words to find the ones that I liked. And the first one we will look at, I was searching for sci-fi and cyberpunk and future, I think, and I can't remember which word led me to Infinity. This one is called Terminator, and I got this one purely for this is not a test, to have more options than my felt mat from Ceri Designs, and because we play a lot of different scenarios all over the place. So now we can play in a desert setting, urban scenarios, and this should be for some kind of it's called post-apocalypse suburbia, you know, Fallout 3 in the suburbs. Looks that's a lot of brown. We have some tank traps here from some tank belts. I think that's it. It looks like it. Like somebody blew up. I mean, somebody has been using their tank in the wrong way, because these are all over the place. Perhaps a bit too much copy paste of the tank traps. Oh, that's pretty cool. Some kind of PMB or tank, APC in English. Or tank's been driving there. More road marks there. Some tires, and this is I think this mat. We'll just try and go here. And there's a road going across this at one side. I think that perhaps it's a copy of the design from the Warlord Games Terminator Genesis board game or miniature game. It came with a small paper mat, and it was something similar. in the design, and Wolof they had a deluxe version of that as a 3x3 mat, I think, or 3x4 mouse mat material. And when they discontinued the game, they sold them for £10 per mouse mat, 3x4 mats. It was crazy, and I lucked out. I didn't get one, so that so this is much darker than the other one. We'll do a comparison just in a bit. But there's some green in here in the brown, but this is darker. This is scorched earth, but it's a nice mat. And compared to, I got this to, the road is broader as well, you know, lots more room here for the cars. But I thought this mat would be cool for like a setup, like put a gas station over here in the middle and then fight around it, you know, old broken highway going across here one way. And I do have plans to build like a raised freeway at some point using VD boards that I've been using for ruins as well. Build some big elements to make like a raised freeway. That would be cool across this map as well. But let's try to make some color comparisons here. So here we go. Yeah, you can see it. There's more green in this, more red-ish in the brown. They wouldn't line up too well next to each other. And actually, Tiny Wargames, I saw they made a message on Twitter at one point that if you want your mats to connect, you have to order them at the same time, because then you will get the same nuance. So if you buy the same color tone, so if you buy like one grass mat and then you buy another grass mat leaning into like a beachhead, if you order them at the same time, they will make sure that the greens line up perfectly. And they even made a deal that if you had an old mat, you could send it back to them in exchange for a new one of the same kind and another design, if you wanted to make sure that the colors fit perfectly together. That's a really nice service. I like that, especially for like big D-Day games or something like that. You would send in your old mats and they would just resell it at a lowered price and then send you a new one that fits in colors. From main camera looks very dark, but then you zoomed in looks much better. Yeah, we can I'm just gonna put and then my old mat here. So the reason why I wanted to get a new one was to get more, you know, options, color options really. Let me just take the close-up camera here to see here. So this is pretty light. Then there's the Terminator mat, and then the city mat. So some color difference. They are fairly dark. But I think, you know, now that there's a lot of brown in these, that they will fit my the colors of my wasteland terrain very nicely. Yep, that looks like I planned it from the very beginning when making this. You can't really get a fit better than this, and I think that it would even work well here on my new, you know, city mat as well, if we're going, you know, like smashed up city center. That's that's a super nice surprise. Cool. Luck, no skill, all luck. They are, these two mats, the brown color on both the city mat and this Terminator highway mat is it's a bit darker than I expected. It's no problem for me really, but when looking at the pictures on the website, they seemed a bit lighter to me, and that I think that happens fairly often with this kind of thing, with different lighting settings on phones and computers and whatnot we are using to look. That's 1 in a million right there. Yeah, that's pretty lucky. So that actually concludes this unboxing of CP models and Tiny Wargames mats. I've had them lying for weeks, so it was nice opening it, and it's a fun way of looking at stuff and being hyped and sharing it with other people and watching the chat and the questions. I'm gonna do that in the future when I buy stuff, and both of these things I bought it myself. No kind of oh, you're a famous blog of freebies. Unfortunately, you should send me stuff. So yeah, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed watching this unboxing and following me pulling out this stuff and showing off. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for using the chat. That's awesome. I'm practicing looking at the screen all the time, so when I do the Let's Plays and we're going to play solo games in the future, I want to use the chat so people can join in the solo game and help choose what we're going to do with the minis. I'm gonna jump over to the Discord server in a second. I'm just gonna post some links here in the chat. Please drop some likes on all the So.me. It's fun to grow the blog, and I'll talk to you over on Discord. Thanks.